Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. Okay, so today I'm going to have a bash at doing an art journal page based on the mid-month mini mission inspiration Sun Limit prompt, which this month is from a song from my youth when I was very, very young. Taken from a TV show called Rainbow, and this is just one of the lines from the opening theme tune or the opening theme song to that TV programme. People in the UK will be very familiar with this song. People outside of the UK probably not, but this is a song from my youth and it still sticks in my head even to this day. So the lyric is, up above the streets and houses, rainbow climbing high. So I'm going to create my art journal page today using some watercolours. This is an inexpensive pan set of watercolours, and I'm going to create my page, or the background of the page, using these watercolours. I'm going to just grab, I've taken the lid off, which also acts as a palette, so I'm going to grab a little bit of water on the end of my brush, and I'm going to just grab some of the red from that palette, and I'm just going to drop it in over here. I won't say that I am 100% accomplished when it comes to painting with watercolours. It's something that, I like and love the look of watercoloured paintings, but one of the things that it does kind of get me is when they dry back and they fade, which is not necessarily what I would like for an art journal page. So red, so I'll just clean that off, and then I'm going to grab some more water, and this time go to yellow. Kind of blend that out. Not a very strong yellow, I must admit. Let's just try and add a little bit more colour to it. That might be a little bit better. Okay. Of course, one of the things you've got to be very, very careful about when using watercolours is making sure that you use clean water. Otherwise you end up with muddy colours. Just kind of getting some colour down there. Some green, some nice bright green. Just keep on working that paint in. Some of the colours are a lot stronger than others. Okay, so we'll get purple. And then just finish off with a blue. There's quite a few blues on this palette. I'm just grabbing the paint from the side. Probably some of these may be covered up by the time I'm finished, but what the heck. They're all still in the background. Okay, so I'll just wipe off that palette and put those watercolours to one side. just put those to dry. And obviously I need to get this page completely dried off before I can do anything else to it. Okay, so my background is pretty much dry. It is kind of just fading a little into the background, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all. So what I want to do is I actually want to take some of this background area here as kind of a little bit of a grounding area. And I'm going to just create a little bit of like a foreground image, just using those two bottom colours as kind of a dividing line. Just like that. Okay, so now I've got some dictionary paper, or pages from a dictionary. So I'm going to start cutting out some house shapes from that. So first thing I'm going to do is just cut them in half, because I don't want them to be too big. And I'm not bothered about what the actual dictionary bit says. I just want to create some kind of just whimsical kind of shape. So I'm just trimming off all the excess like that. So we're left with these kind of shapes here. So if I cut those in half like that, and then I can start to build some house shapes. So fairly kind of whimsical. So I can cut, make irregular kind of square shapes like there. Do another one. And they don't always have to be exactly the same. Another one there. I can do one that's maybe got a little curve in the middle. And it doesn't even have to be quite as tall. I can do a thinner one and make that the opposite way around, if you like, to there, or even make that shorter, like that. And then maybe do a really, really tall one there, and then just grab some more dictionary sheets, just cut them down again, and then I can start to do maybe another one. Down, and then I can stick that there. It really doesn't matter. With whimsical shapes, you can pretty much do whatever you want to create your houses. As long as they're kind of irregular shapes, you can pretty much get away with anything. Cut that one back. So we've got another two there, so I'm just another one. So we've got two more pieces left here that I can use just to create two more little houses. So I think I'm going to create some little squat ones. Maybe just alter the shape teeny tiny bit. Put one there. And then do the same thing again, maybe go the opposite way this time of that way. So we've got some little houses. I might even bring that smaller one there and bring that bigger one so it's up top like so. Right, so I've got my little bits of paper and I need to get those glued down in place. So I need collage glue stick, and obviously I'm going to do the ones at the back first. So literally just give them some glue. I'm not using any wet medium for this because obviously I've used watercolors, so I don't want anything to reactivate them. I don't mind if it goes a little bit over the page. Just bring that down a little bit on there. I'm just going to go around each one, sticking it down in place. So what I'll do is, because obviously I've got another 5, 6, 7 of these to do after I've done this one, it's not going to be all that interesting for you just to sit there watching me do that. So I will speed through, pop on a little bit of music, and then I'll join you when I've stuck them all down. Okay, so I've got my basic house shapes stuck down. So what I want to do now is I want to bring in some roof shapes. So I've got an old, well, I say an old sheet. I've got a sheet of Tim Holtz papers here. So I'm just going to cut out some of these and create some whimsical kind of roof shapes using those. So we've got like kind of the ledger style ones. So let's just do, let's see, let's just cut that straight up there and then create a kind of triangular roof out of that one. So that can go on there. So we've got some spare. So we'll see what we can do over at this side. That little one, turn that over. That one can go there. And then at that side we'll create a low roof, but do it at an irregular kind of shape, like that. And then from this side we need to create one here. So let's use that one out of the, maybe a bit too wide and maybe a bit too high. Yep, that will do for that one. And then we'll create one using this piece. So if I cut that there and then snip that off, I can stick that one there. I know that's going to go over, that's fine. So just trim that back. So we've got these two to do here now. So we'll do, tell you what, let's cut that just corner to corner. So that's going to create two triangles. That one can go there. That one maybe a bit too big, that's fine, so we can cut that one down just by doing a line across there. And then we can do this side. So if I cut that one about there, you can sit there, and then we need a smaller roof just there. So again, I need to glue these down using those pieces and my glue stick. So I'll do that, pop on some more music, and I'll be back in 2 secs. Okay, so next step. I've got my roofs of my houses put on. I've brought out my Derwent charcoal pencils. So I want my medium with a fairly sharpish point, and I'm just going to go underneath, just creating a little bit of shadow under each of the roof lines. Just to add a little bit of depth. A little dividing line. Just helps to kind of knock them or bring those roof shapes up a little bit, creates a bit of depth. I am going to go around later on and outline everything. Okay, so that's that. So now what I need to do is I need to create some more detail on there. So I've got a black pen, and this is a fairly kind of fine point pen. So what I can do now is I can start to add on some little details. And then you can kind of outline. And then at this point you can start adding on some detail if you want to. Roof tiles, maybe even just a little chimney, or even a TV aerial or two. And then just add in as much detail as you want to your buildings. Doodle detail. It doesn't matter whether you decide how your roofs look, your tiles, if you decide to do kind of like a tile effect. Just have fun playing with the detail. So what I'll do is, as I'm going around adding in my bits of detail, is like I did before, I'll pop on some music and just let you watch along for the ride. Okay, so I've added in my detail to my houses, and now just with some coloured pencils, I'm just going to add in some colour just to the front of the houses. So just lightly. So I don't want them particularly too dark, because I want you to still to be able to see that you've got, you know, dictionary pages behind, but I want the windows to stay the same colour, so I'm only going to do like the fronts, if you like. Just helps to diffuse the colour a little bit, or add a little bit more interest to it. And of course you can vary your colours however you want. Very therapeutic. Bit of a cathartic exercise going on. Okay, let's have a little bit of a blue one. The blue house. I don't get my coloured pencils out very often, if you'll pardon the expression. So it's nice to break out and use maybe some materials or resources that you haven't used in a while. If you've got some maybe, you know, coloured alcohol pens or something like that that you haven't used in a while, break those out and see what kind of effects you can get using your alcohol pens. Just something a little bit different. A bit more colourful. But you can see the kind of effects that you get when you don't colour in the windows. You can leave those as they are. And then if you want to go back and actually colour up the actual doors as well, if you wanted, a different colour, which I will do in a little while. Maybe add a little bit of colour. Just to kind of vary, you know, the roof effect. Just adds a little bit more kind of interest to maybe your roof stack. So just something a wee bit different. Then just using that black pen again, I'm going to just go around the outside, just going to create a little kind of whimsical border. There's not enough room to actually get a proper border across there, so I'm just going to like that. Cute. So I just need to finish off now with a little phrase to go on there, and then I'm going to call this done. When I did say I was going to go back and colour one or two of the doors, didn't I? Leave the letterbox. Just makes it a little bit different. And that's a bit too... No, I don't like using purple, but there we go. Just something a bit different. Whimsical houses are so cute to create, absolutely so cute to create. Right, I'm going to just print off a quick phrase and then I'll be right back once I've done that on my computer. Okay, so I've printed off my little phrase from my computer, so I'm just trimming off excess bits of paper. There we go. I've printed this onto sticker sheets, so just to make it a little bit easier to stick down. So I'm going to divide up my full phrase just about here. Just take off a little bit more of that. The font was just a little bit bigger than I anticipated, so I'm just cutting it down slightly, just so there's not too much paper. Peel the back off. Just a little bit there and a little bit more off the top. And then the final bit. Just like that. And then just to finish off, I've got my black soot archival ink, and I've got a really tiny old stamp here from a British company called Lavinia Stamps, and this is just of a small flock of geese. I just thought it would look good if I stamped that in between. And I appreciate I'm doing this on textured cardstock, so I'm hoping to get a decent kind of impression. There we go. And I think just to finish off, just to add a little black border all the way around, just extend the edges slightly. Ooh. That's okay. And then just down here at the bottom, I'm going to sign it March 19. So there you go. That was the mid-month mini-mission inspiration prompt. So up above the streets and houses, a rainbow climbing high. I've put the rainbow right the way in the background and then done my streets and houses. And wherever you may wander, there's no place like home. Just ask Dorothy, she'll tell you. I'm just going to peel that off, and then I'm going to stick that to the back of my journal page so that I know that's what inspired that page. So that's it for the mid-month mini-mission inspiration for the month of March 2019. And I do hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed putting that together. I enjoyed doing those little whimsical houses. That was lots of fun. So I hope you did enjoy that. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, just like I said at the beginning, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I will see you all again very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.